So, how have you both been? I feel like you were both just in here. Great. So, how's everything been holding up on that last project? That's great. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Yeah, well, the team sent me some photos, obviously, and it looks like it turned out great. That's beautiful. Let me pull up your email here and see what we have going on, okay? Give me 1 second, all right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it looks like you guys want to add a retaining wall in the backyard. Absolutely, yeah, we do hardscaping, we do patios, we do pools, we do irrigation here at the Gold Coast Landscape. Here at the Gold Coast Landscaping, we do it all. We've been doing this for the last 20 years. We're glad to do it. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna get into this. We're gonna talk about your guys' project, what exactly you wanna do. Then we're gonna pick out some materials. We're gonna pick out some landscaping materials, and then we'll start to paint a picture of what this project is gonna look like, okay? So it looks like when we were there 6 months ago, we remodeled the divider between your property and your neighbors, and that was on the driveway side. Is that correct? Okay. Let me just pull that all up, okay? I just want to go over the material. Yeah, you guys can come in here a little closer right now. Perfect. You both look great, by the way. Yeah. So you have been at the beach. I can tell you both look amazing. You know, when you see it, you gotta say it. I'm jealous. Well, we go down later in the year. We're probably gonna go at the end of August. Yeah, we like to get down there. We like hanging out. Sorry, I have emails popping up. We like hanging out in the San Diego area for the last 2 weeks of August. Typically, we got a few friends down there. That's usually, and we're all close by and they're friends, so it's great. But you guys look great. I'm happy to hear you had a great vacation. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here. Okay, so the last project, let me pull up, we keep files of all of this. So let's go over what we did. So it looks like for the main privacy, we decided to do the emerald green arborvitae on the last project. Is that correct? And you guys have been watering them, right? Yeah, because they need a lot of water for their initial first 2 years. After that, you can water them less and they're more developed and set. But until then, you really just want to be watering them. So great. So what this will allow me to do is if we go over the materials that we already used and what plants we used, I can complement that with our hardscaping and what we're gonna do there in the back. And then so we got a Stuart pecan here for the front. You guys wanted kind of a focal point, something nice there. We did the Stuart pecan. Great, I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Okay, and then we did underneath the windowsills the rhododendrons, is that correct? They are beautiful. Yeah, like I told you last time, I have a few at my house. So they're really great because, the rhododendrons, you can kind of tailor them to however big you need. So if you want to block a window and use it for some privacy, that's great. But it's also a beautiful flowering shrub, and they can get as vary in height. So I'm glad to hear it fits for what you guys needed. I'm sorry if you hear anyone else running around. This is just my office. We have a couple other guys moving in and out of the warehouse and in the back. Okay, and then we did the Mugo pine. That's right, the Mugo pine. To complement the emerald green arborvitae. Yeah, I don't know why I'm whispering, but sometimes It just helps with a little bit of whispering. And then we go back to talking. So I just wanted to touch base on everything we had done previously, just to make sure you guys were satisfied, everything was okay, and just having a general refresher on the work we've already done with you guys. Okay. So I'm gonna pull up the email and I'm just gonna take some notes with you guys right now. Tell me about what it is that's going on. What's your goal with this project? I know, I just want to hear it again in your own words. This helps me. Okay, so you guys are behind the shed in your backyard, and this is a large shed. This is sort of like yeah, okay. So it's on a slope. Okay. Is there a retaining wall already behind the shed? Perfect, okay. So we have a sloped backyard. I thought you guys had those euonymus back there. Oh, so you decided to take them out? You've always been so ambitious and optimistic. I love that about you. You are always taking on new projects. Yeah, those were 30-year-old developed euonymus. So what made you guys decide to want to take those out? Yeah. Oh, okay. So you guys are going to be reclaiming about 16 feet of yard space. So they were really large. Okay. Okay, so that answers my next question. We have about roughly 20 feet of space we're working with. Okay. So what you guys want to do is, my understanding is, take this slope, build about a 6-foot retaining wall coming off the back of your neighbor's fence. Okay. And her yard slopes down, obviously, with you guys. Okay. You guys want to build a 6-foot bed. And how long do you want this wall to be? Okay. So it's about 35 feet sloped. You want to add stairs into it on either end. And you want it, how tall do you guys want to make this? So 6 foot wide. You want to do about a foot tall. Okay, that's absolutely doable. And you guys want the bed to be 35 feet long and curved. So now I know so when we were working on your property, I saw that it levels off at the bottom. Now you guys what do you want to do with that? Right, exactly. So that's what we could do. We could start to descend on the wall as it's going down. And then when you have that stair set on the left, we're just gonna lay one row of pavers, so it'll just go down. Okay. So here's the thing. Here, let's go over it one more time. 6 foot wide bed by 35 feet, 1 foot tall, descending curved with stairs on either end. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking over some of our previous notes. Okay, no, this sounds great. Okay, so I got the dimensions. I got the goal here. I'm gonna take some time to explain to you guys how this is gonna work. Okay, so what me and my team are gonna do, I'm gonna have Ricardo, Kyle, and Francis. They are gonna come out and do the job. You guys, it sounds like, have already done all the removal of the existing euonymus that were back there, the shrubs. Okay, so there's no need for removal. Great. This is what way it'll work. We will have those 3 guys come out. We'll pick a day. So today's beginning of August. We can probably shoot for starting in a week from now. We have some availability opening up on the schedule. We can come in not this Thursday, but the next. we're gonna do what is a survey, a land survey of the property. We're gonna just check everything out. We're gonna test the soil. We are going to see how the irrigation is, which way the water is flowing on the property, if there's gonna be any issues when we build the wall. We don't want to invest this money and then we realize that the way the water is flowing off the slope of your backyard compromises the wall. Okay, so, you know, there's a few things there that could be a conversation with your neighbor, right? Do you guys know county law? No, about water movement coming into your back. All right, let me take a step back. Do you guys ever notice standing water in your backyard? Have you guys ever had problems with flooding in your basement? Have you guys ever had noticed water coming in from your neighbor's yard? Okay, 1 second. Let's pull up the weather. Okay, it looks like Thursday it's gonna rain. Thursday, what I want you and you to do, go into your backyard, take an umbrella. I want you to watch, now that those euonymus are out, I want you to watch how the water's flowing from your neighbor's yard. If we find out there is water flowing from your neighbor's backyard, flooding yours, we're gonna have a problem. Bright side is, me, my company, we're all equipped to fix that problem. If there's no problem, that's great. And here's even another thing. If there is a problem, you guys will be able to see it. It's not anything made up. We don't want to find a problem. I don't want to do that. But the way that would work is we could lay piping to redirect that water to the street. We're jumping up a little ahead there, but I want to bring that up because we've done these projects before where people's backyards are on a slope, and it's a great idea to build these retaining walls, and I love it. You know, that's an awesome idea when you have that slope, work with it and, you know, complement it. But we got to make sure that the water is flowing correctly. Going back to what I said earlier, county law, your neighbor can't alter the movement of water. So what that means is they cannot have piping within 10 feet of your property leading into yours. Okay. I'd draw you guys something, but they keep taking my expo markers. So basically imagine pipes, if they had going from their property, because theirs is on a slope too. If they have piping leading into your backyard that's redirecting the flow of the water, come on, there we go. Then that's illegal. But if the water is naturally flowing onto your property, that's not their problem. That's your guys' problem. So when we do the survey, if there's anything that we uncover, we'll find all those things out for you, okay? So now we talked about all that. It's just a disclaimer, something I need to talk about. Okay. So after we survey everything, we will go ahead and start building the foundation. What it will look like is the width of the wall. After the materials we pick out, we're going to do that next. We will lay the framing. So we will dig out and we will take all the measurements first and get the blueprint, the rough draft going on ground of the wall. Excuse me. So we'll measure everything out, get the curve, pinpoint where the stairs are going to be, and then we will dig and lay a gravel foundation. When we lay these blocks, whatever material we use, we need that to be sitting on gravel. That is the way the water can flow through, and it will be most stable over time. And then we will sink the blocks so they will be partially submerged at one level under dirt to be stable. Then we will reinforce the top layers with a piping that will hold them together. Let me pull up something. And then at the second layer, we're gonna lay a mesh coating. Let's see. What it will do is prevent the wall from being pushed down over time, any of the force being pushed down. So we'll lay that. We're then going to bring in, if we need fill dirt, we'll fill the whole bed up, because I imagine, yeah, it's not all at 1 foot already. So to make it 1 foot tall and fill, we're going to fill it in. And then we will craft the stairs on either side. County law is they need to be, I think, 11 inches wide. And then I forget how long, but there is codes for how your stair size. So if you guys go to do anything with the property, yeah, you can't just make stairs whatever size you want. You need to have them up to code, but it shouldn't be a problem, and we'll go over that with you. All right, and then we will resod all the ground on the outside of it, because it looks like you guys gained about roughly 20 feet or 16 feet when you took out those plants. So this whole project was to regain backyard space. So we will resod the rest. And then what do you guys want to do with the bed? Okay, so you want to complement what was on the driveway. Okay, and we will write you a quote for how many emerald greens you need, but it sounds like you just want to put some beautiful emerald green arborvitaes in there to complement the driveway. I think it's a lovely idea. What we can as well do is throw in a few of the mugo pines to highlight it on either corner near the stairs. Mugo pine. This is going to be an absolutely lovely project. Here's the really fun part. Now I'm gonna need you guys to sit over here. Let me move all my stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just got into the office when you guys got here. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me take a look at this. Okay, you guys. So what we are gonna do is go over a few, so when you build this wall, this retaining wall, you guys have the option of different materials. We want to leave today absolutely having chosen the material you guys want. So when you leave, I can move forward and write you guys a estimate on the job. That shouldn't be hard. You guys know what type of work we do. This should be all written up and at your email by tonight. So we got to pick the material so we can move forward and you guys can get your estimate. Great. Yeah, this is really the most exciting part. Now I can give you guys some advice and I can sort of lead the conversation and then you guys go from there. All right. So if you could, let's have you sit right over here for me, okay? Okay. You can see this? Okay, great. We don't need this. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. Well, if you guys want to pick your head up slightly, I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's pick your head up slightly. Okay. Okay, you guys, let's take a look. Oh my gosh. I apologize. 1 second. Okay. So what we have here is a example of wood. Now we could make the retaining wall out of wood. Let's take a look at this. So here you have, let's get you a little closer. You know, if you guys could just sit right here, I want you guys to be able to see this, okay? Oh. All right, you guys can see. Okay, all right. So right here we have an example of wood materials. Now this example appears to be a little over a foot tall, maybe 2.5. Right here would be about a foot. So what you have here, where you see my mouse, this is called the cap layer. So this would be a cap that sits on top of the wood. And now this looks about probably a 1.5 feet, or sorry, a 1/2 foot wide. So we could choose to do a wood wall, and then we can do a little rock bed here at the bottom with some ferns. This looks like a great example, but I know that you guys have that beautiful 1930s, beautiful brick home. Now, while this is a really beautiful modern look, I'm not sure it's going to complement the aesthetic of your backyard. Now let's go take a look at a few other options. Here we have a natural look. So this would be a stone retaining wall. We would source and bring in small boulders, very large rock. We would level the ground and we would bring them in and stack them till we got that foot height. You guys could have grass leading up all the way to the bottom. You can do ferns, you can do mulch. This would be a nice option in any setting because of its natural look. That aesthetic really fits in with any property. You can't go wrong. That natural look fits with most homes, especially your guys' home. Okay, so that's one option. And then we'll review these at the end. Another option that I like is flagstone. Now, here's a good example of that. Let's see. Oh, that's not what we want. I apologize. Our website has been down, so I'm pulling up some stuff from the online. Let's see. We have. This is an example of flagstone. Sort of. Come on. There we go. So here we go. We have a beautiful layered flagstone retaining wall. Sitting on top here is the capstone. With whatever project we do, I know how much you guys love plants. I know you guys love sitting down and accessing different parts of your yard. Now, while this is one example, it will obviously be different in your situation. You guys will be able to sit down on this retaining wall in the backyard, put potted plants up. It'll really enhance the experience and the amount of things you can do in your backyard. Now, going back to the flagstone, this would look perfect for your guys' historic 1930s home. You guys already have flagstone on the property. It complements the old brick. This is a very classy, more on the expensive side option that you guys could go down. I'll leave that one up. So we've looked at three things so far. Here's another example of flagstone. This is more of a practical approach. This is a little bit different than this one. This one is, there's no gaps necessarily in between. This is more classic flagstone. They're just set, and they have really nice capstones here. Again, you can sit on all these, and this would be what you guys have, your bed in here and your plants on top. So there's another look at a flagstone. I want to offer you guys a fourth option that I think, there's more, but we have another one I think would look really good. This is more on the affordable side. We want to go down the option. I mean, you guys can take a look at this here. We have, this would be the cheapest option, doing something like this. that basically just looks like concrete. You guys can get this at Lowe's or Home Depot. I'm sorry, let me find a better one that opens up. Oh gosh. There's some more of the rock. Really beautiful stuff here. You guys are really investing in your property here. It's gonna pay off. All right, look at this. Here we go. So here's another option. Now we can get these materials. Basically, these are fabricated cement blocks, but they're given the edged and textured look of a stone. So you have the rows, and then you have the capstone at the top. The capstone is going to be about probably 14, 16 inches long, wide enough for you to put pots on and sit down on in the summer in your backyard. This is a great affordable option. Now, what we can do is get this material in a red hue, which will complement the red brick of your home, okay? Now, something I should have discussed earlier is the material we use needs to be beveled. It needs to be a cornered, like a circular edge, because when we put the curve into the retaining wall, we need to be able to rotate it, and it needs to be a natural flush rotation. And if they're just squares, it will meet at a point and it won't be able to make that transition, because you guys want to do the curved wall. So this would be a great option for you. Now let's see if we can pull up an example of something in a more red hue. Here's more of a sand hue. This one's good too. Here's another one. This one would be great. Imagine that there. And we get that in a nice red color. Or this one. Look at that. Look at that puppy. Look at that beauty right there. Yeah, guys. I think this would be your guys' best option for a few reasons. This is going to be your best price point. Absolutely. So when I say price point, I mean each individual block. They're running about $3.08 a piece right now. When I go to write your estimate, I will look at the whole entirety of it, and I will give you guys different options, but this will be your best choice for value. And this, guys, looks nice. It is sturdy over time, and it really holds up well. So I think this would be great. Let's go back over a few other things. You guys could choose to do the gray look. You guys can go with the flagstone. As we touched on earlier, a more expensive route. You guys could go for a more natural, a more artificial flagstone route. Again, with those layers, I think that looks great too. You guys could bring in stone. This is going to be the most expensive, obviously. And then you guys can have the wood. Yeah, I've seen no problem with the wood. The wood holds up. That isn't an issue. Stones are great. Okay, so you guys are between this and this. Well, let's move back over here. So what I'm going to do is this, guys. I'm going to write up a proposal, an estimate. I'm going to write up an estimate with both of those materials. I'm going to email that over to you guys today. I want you both to take a look. Talk it over with your family. If you want, we can take a step further, bring in sample materials. I can stop by tomorrow. We can do that, take a look. You guys make a choice based on the price and how you guys think it looks in your backyard, and we'll go forward from there. How does that sound? Great. Do you guys have any other questions for me? Perfect, yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to working together again. I think this is going to be an absolutely beautiful project to enhance your property. I'm really looking forward to the space you guys are going to be opening up in your backyard. And I think it's a great investment. I really do. It's going to be, it's going to add a lot of character to the backyard there. And it's going to give you guys an area to look at and use in a different way, really. And that's what landscaping does. You know, we really get to reinvent our properties and tailor it to our needs and our passions. So I'm really excited to get going on this. I'm gonna write you guys this estimate. It'll be in your email by tonight. Give me a call tomorrow. Don't feel free. There's no rush to get back. Just give me a call tomorrow if you want me to stop by with some sample materials. We can, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys. It was an absolute pleasure seeing you both today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.